Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Honeika. If you're here for the first time, welcome, and please do not leave without subscribing. And if you're already a member of this family, welcome back. Thank you for clicking on that video and do appreciate you coming always. Alright guys, so today is December the 18th and I've been a bit busy, so I'm filming this a little late. And I noticed for the past couple of days you've been getting Vlogmas very late because yes, I film, I go to work, I cannot edit at work, so I'd have to wait until I come back home and I do my editing. Alright guys, so yes, December the 18th, Vlogmas day 18, and I'm still going. But guess what guys, the closer it is to Christmas is as if it's a little bit harder to find something to put out. But I am here today and let's get on with the video. And now the news in brief. Cayman up to 310 COVID cases. There were 18 people who tested positive for COVID-19 out of 1,190 test results reported between 10 and 17 of December, bringing the total number of people who have tested positive for this virus in the Cayman Islands 310. Yes, I was one of them that got tested in between that time, and mine is negative, y'all. 2 of the 18 positive results came from Cayman Brac, sister island. And all of those who tested positive were asymptomatic with recent travel history. So it wasn't locally spread. There are 26 people with active cases of COVID-19 as of 17th of December, with 21 asymptomatic. 2 people have died from COVID-related complications in the Cayman Island since the start of the pandemic, which is in March. And Cayman has administered more than 57,400 tests. So that is just the brief news. But remember, sometime, I think it was one of my first news in December, that we had a breach, and I don't know why it's not pulling up on the computer, but I have the paper here which I'm reading from for you guys. All right, so new this morning. So this newspaper is like today, the 18th. We got this newspaper today. It says, new this morning, jail in paradise. American teen gets 4 months for breaking Cayman quarantine rules. Breach case appealed, story attracts international attention. So there are different headlines that is going around all about the world, but I'm not seeing. All right, the Sun's headline says, costly mistake, Georgia woman 18 and Cayman Island Beau sentenced prison for breaching COVID quarantine to watch his jet ski race. And then I'm not seeing the name of this newspaper. It's a Cayman Island jail, US college student, and a bit of it is gone in Cayman. Then another headline says, American teen and boyfriend sentenced to 4 months in prison for breaking quarantine in the Cayman Islands. Now, the news. Skylar Mark and Van J. Ramjeet, who were both jailed for 4 months after a breach of quarantine, are appealing their sentences. Pre-med student Mac, 18 from Georgia, US, removed her monitoring wristband and left quarantine 2 days into her mandatory 14-day isolation period to attend a jet ski competition in which her 24-year-old boyfriend Ramjeet, who who is from Cayman Island, was taking part. Their case has garnered international media attention, with People Magazine, ABC News, Yahoo News, Good Morning America, and Inside Edition all picking up the story. The pair were initially ordered to do 40 hours of community service and to pay $2,600 for the cost of quarantine accommodations after appearing before some court on December 7th. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution appealed that sentence, and on the basis that it was unduly lenient, Grand Court Justice Roger Chappell agreed and imposed the 4-month prison sentence on December 15th. The judge told the court that the gravity of the breach was such that only appropriate sentence would have been one of immediate imprisonment. When sentencing Mac, Chappell said, "This was entirely deliberate and planned, as evidenced by her desire to switch her wristband to the day before to a looser one that she was then able to remove." So she was practicing to move it. Wow. Mac and Ramjeet are the first people to be sentenced under recently amended regulation to deal with COVID-19 quarantine breaches. Those regulations increased the penalties for such violation to a $10,000 fine and up to 2 years in prison. I bet nobody will do it again. The couple's lawyer, Jonathan Hughes, confirmed to the Cayman Compass that both defendants are appealing Chappell's decision to overturn the summary court sentence. Tuesday, 22nd December has been set as a provisional date for the hearing before the Court of Appeal. Mac's grandmother, Jean Mac, who was interviewed on ABC's Good Morning America, said the family feel the 4-month sentence is too harsh. You dig off your wristband, you go out, and if you have the virus, you would be there and you may pass it on to somebody else. That person pass it to somebody else. And 4 months is too harsh. All right. Skylar is the last person we thought something like this would happen to. And the fact that this can happen to a kid like her is scary, she said. Adding that her granddaughter had tested negative for COVID, but the world doesn't know this. Who else know that she was negative? She was in quarantine. She could have come in contact with somebody else before she got into quarantine. A lot of these cases are asymptomatic, as you hear. So, 4 months for breach in isolation when you are negative. Why should he have to be the example, she asks. Director of Public Prosecutions, Patrick Maran, said, and it's Patrick Moran, M-O-R-A-N, had told Chappell at the Grand Court hearing that the initial sentence was not stringent enough, saying, when it comes to the matter of deterrence, the sentences imposed are likely to have little to no effect on other like-minded individuals. But Hughes told the judge that Mac and Ramjeet had already suffered a significant toll, saying Mac had received hate mail and death threats. There is no way that this can be right that a custodial sentence is imposed for a first-time offense on an 18-year-old defendant who entered an early guilty plea. Hughes told the Grand Court both Mac and Ramjeet, through their lawyers, issued letters of apology for their actions before the Grand Court revised the sentence. In her letter, Mac said, I was afforded the opportunity to enter the island during these trying times, and I abused it. I am humbly asking for the forgiveness of the community. Ramjeet, in his letter, admitted he should have known better than to put his local community at risk, adding, I made a decision without thinking about the long-term effects it would have on our community. Words cannot express how truly sorry I am for the anxiety, frustration, and inconvenience that you all have experienced. Following the quarantine breach, 6 people, including Mac, were placed in mandatory isolation after contact tracing was carried out. So, guys, as you hear a little bit of the news of what's happening here, we need to be careful. We don't know who may be carrying this virus. We don't know who we go around, so we need to be careful. But deliberately taking off a band, a brace that should detect. Why did you do that though? Weren't you? I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't know what to say. I understand what her grandmother is saying, that why should she have to be an example, but why did you take the brace off? Yes, your boyfriend was entering a race. Now he faced a whole lot of penalties right now, because I heard that he won the race, and winning the race there was prizes, trophy, and all that he had received was taken back because he breached the quarantine, because he placed other people in jeopardy, because if he was positive and he come across anybody and he could drop that disease or that virus there on somebody else, trust me guys, I don't know, it would be a pandemic all over again. Because remember, Cayman is not a big place. It is a small country, a small island. And yes, there are 3 islands: Little Cayman, Cayman Brac, and Grand Cayman. Where I am is in Little Cayman, where we've been negative all through. Brac had 2 positive at one point, and that was all cleared and clean from April coming back. And now they have 2 cases, as I read in the news. But guys, this comes to show that we don't know who have it, or we don't know who is put in quarantine in place to keep them safe and other persons safe. If you're not thinking about anybody else's safety, I don't know, somebody got to pay. Unfortunately, it was them. But that is all my opinion, guys. Because I believe if in Jamaica they've been doing this, putting them in jail, all of these people that has been breaching quarantine, and all of these people that have been going up against the rules with curfew and all that, if them lock up everybody, I bet it would stop. I bet when them know say, boy, you know say them are gonna lock me up, so me not go out there. If them catch me, them are gonna lock me up, so me not going. This pandemic thing would have slowed down. It probably might not have come to 100% halt, but it would have slowed down. 310 positive cases. I think there is more now than when it was a full pandemic. Mean like when it was like rushing everybody. 310. But guys, we all have to just pray, keep a level head, be mindful of everyone around us. Alright guys, so this is where I'm gonna leave you today. I hope you did enjoy hearing what's happening in my neck of the woods. Yes, just a little bit. And also stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless. Tomorrow is Saturday, December the 19th. And comment below, tell me what you'd like to see me do for Vlogmas up until the rest of the time. Oh my God, the 18th, so that's what, 7 days left? Woo! Guys, I'm still going. It's getting harder each day, but I'm still pushing. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye.